Join the conversation 0586861003. And Baseball United's inaugural showcase is going to be here in Dubai, kicking off on November the 10th. One of the most iconic sports stadiums in Dubai. The Dubai International Stadium, Neil, got to be converted into a baseball diamond.
This is the most amazing thing that just personifies what UAE is all about. Ready to accept new things, adapt to newer things, and deliver something which is just right at the global level.
Well, how is this coming about? We've got two gentlemen here in the studio. Baseball United's chairman and owner, Kash Shaikh, and also John Meidreich, the VP of Baseball Operation. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming into the studios.
Hey guys, thanks for having us.
Talk us through the background. Baseball United, this must have been an incredible journey that you've been on to reach this point.
It's been amazing. As you all know, we're the first ever professional baseball league created fully focused on South Asia and the Middle East, with our headquarters here in Dubai. The people that we've been able to bring together to construct this league and this opportunity has been really the most exciting part. John Meidreich sitting next to me is not only a good-looking young man, but also our vice chairman and head of baseball operations. And other than the two of us, we have Major League Baseball Hall of Famers, World Series legends, all-stars from the Yankees, from the Dodgers, from the Reds. You're talking about baseball royalty. And what we always say is, really, if you look at any other professional sports league on the planet, we'll stack up our ownership group. Again, take me and John out of it, but from a pedigree standpoint.
Don't sell yourself short.
Take it from a pedigree standpoint versus any other league in the world. And now we have the opportunity to share America's pastime for the first time to this part of the world.
You said America's pastime to this part of the world. Why this part of the world? Why the UAE?
Well, as you all know, because I've heard you call cricket matches all the time, this is the bat and ball epicenter of the universe. 2 billion people in South Asia and the Middle East, 1 billion of them are cricket fans. And to be honest with you, when we started this journey almost 2 years ago, that was the inspiration for exploring what we could do with baseball, because we have so much going on with bat and ball here in the region. What's inspired us and pushed us to continue the journey through all the ups and downs and the challenges and the barriers of entry of starting a new sport in a completely new part of the world is that we found out there are a ton more baseball fans in the UAE, in KSA, in India, and in Pakistan than we ever imagined. We partner with a company called YouGov, as you all may know, one of the best data analytics, sports analytics companies in the region, and we did a ton of market research. And we found out that in India alone, there's 53 million avid baseball fans. And avid is an important qualifier, because these aren't just the casual fans, guys. These are guys these are fans that are transacting or engaging in some way. They're buying merchandise, they're trading memorabilia, they're streaming games, they're waiting till 2 a.m. to watch MLB games. Wow. You know, they're playing in their local leagues. I mean, they're really engaged. Pakistan has 12.5 million avid baseball fans. Saudi Arabia has 1.5 million in a country of 30 million people. Here in the UAE, 800,000 avid baseball fans. So when we found that out and we started really learning about the opportunity in the market, we really doubled down on trying to build this league, and November is going to be the start of that.
Yeah, it's November 10. It all starts, and you've been here in the country for a while with some of the greats. You know, Felix Hernandez, 6-time All-Star, Nick Swisher, one of the great switch hitters. These big names, how did you get these guys involved? Was it a tough sell? Did they come to you? Where did the relationship build from?
Well, I think that anytime you use the word Dubai, it inspires people to really want to get involved.
Grand things.
Big, grand, right, exactly. And one of the other things that has been so, that we've been so excited about is these guys, our star powers, excitement to come and teach the game and engage with the community and teach the kids the game, right? And this has been something that they're all very passionate about doing, is growing the game of baseball and doing it in the right way.
First year, what are your goals? What do you hope to achieve?
Well, we want to get as many people as possible into Dubai International Stadium on November 10th, 11th, and 12th. I mean, our showcase is what we're calling it, our Dubai showcase on those 3 days. It's basically the initial taste of professional baseball for this city and for the region. It's just 4 games, but it includes our first 4 franchises. As you all know, we launched our first franchise a few months ago, the Mumbai Cobras, which is the first professional baseball franchise in the history of India. A few weeks later, we launched our second one, which was the Karachi Monarchs. the first professional baseball franchise in the history of Pakistan. And just yesterday, we launched the first 2 professional baseball franchises in the history of the GCC, and of course the UAE, the Dubai Wolves and the Abu Dhabi Falcons. Those 4 teams are going to be playing 4 games in Dubai International Stadium, and we want to get as many people as possible to come out.
I had the joy back in 2014 to see the start of the MLB season on a cricket ground at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And whilst it was packed and they had everything, they had the celebrity throw the first pitch, what I also enjoyed was when I went to go get the food, it was all American food.
Yes.
With the cheese whiz and the nachos. And are you going to be doing something like that here as well?
Of course, we started it yesterday at the press event. We had our Cracker Jack peanuts, popcorns, hot dog. The press were like, "Dude, this is authentic." You know, I'm from Texas, so when you go to a Houston Astros or a Texas Rangers game, then you have something called a Frito pie. I don't know if you've had a Frito pie.
Fritos are like Cheetos?
They're like Cheetos. They're a little bit crunchier.
Corn
There's
chips,
cheese.
yeah.
There's chili. Like, if you can imagine the most unhealthy thing to eat, like, and whatever that visual is, that's what a Frito pie is. So we might even be bringing a Frito pie out here. So really trying to bring a bit of that Americana and fun and pageantry of the game to the whole experience.
You know, right now you're talking about everything that could be the grandest of them all. 4 teams, Dubai International Stadium, the food. But we met last year, Kash, right
Yes.
in the studio. And at that point in time, we were just putting in those building blocks, the
Right.
basic blocks. How's the journey been in this 1 year?
Well, it's been by far the most difficult thing that I've ever done in my life, that I know John's ever done, that our team has done. I was just telling our team last night on a 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being the most difficult. This is a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Everything we're doing for the first time, and really every step is historic. And to be able to do things like that obviously there's a lot of challenges. And what I'm so proud of is the progress that we've made in the last 12 months. The biggest single thing that we were able to do was just a few weeks ago when we announced a 15-year partnership with Emirates Cricket Board.
That's right.
And we just came from Abu Dhabi, and we're visiting with Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, the chairman of ECB, and he gave us his full support. And we got some great pictures. We brought him a jersey, an Abu Dhabi Falcons jersey, and a Dubai Wolves jersey. So he's not claiming allegiance just yet, but that partnership really solidified the foundation that was necessary for us to build this league. It gave us the sanctions to the 2 franchises. It gave us 15 years to build this, because you all know better than anybody. I mean, this is not going to be built overnight.
True.
We're going to learn along the way. But after that, we really had the momentum necessary to take us to the next level. And then yesterday's launch of these 2 last franchises has really catapulted things even further, right, John?
Yeah, one of the things that I've learned from Kash along this journey is that each milestone and step that we take, it gets more real and bigger every day.
True.
And as we launched Mumbai, then eventually Karachi, and then, Abu Dhabi and Dubai yesterday, made it, I mean, this is probably isn't the best way to put it, but really real.
I can imagine.
And just like tangible right there in front of us.
In other news, how are you guys coping with the heat this week?
Oh my God! Well, we had coats on before we came in. If you notice, John shed the tie and the coat. I still got my coat on, but it's funny because in Abu Dhabi they were like, "Why did you bring these MLB stars at literally the worst time of year? They're never going to want to come back." But that's why we're excited about November.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the best times of the year, as you all know, to be here, to be outside, and the visual we're trying to manifest is that stadium being full. As you all know, it holds 25,000 people. The lower bowl, what we call the lower bowl, that first tier holds about 7,500. If we can fill the lower bowl, it's going to be an amazing 2024, I'll tell you that, based on our measures and our goals. If we can do more than that, it's going to be really exciting.
I think you're on certainly a winner here, because, and you would have done the research because I heard the pitch you did at the start,
Right.
But the amount of expat kids that are here, most people grow up watching football teams and sporting teams that their parents support.
Right.
You've got the Manchester United fans that are
Right.
here, or kids don't really have an identity that they can support their local, they can
Right.
be tribal. And baseball, you've got to be able to bring that, where you're going to have a Dubai-Abu Dhabi rivalry. We don't have anything like New
Right.
York or Boston rivalry.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. I mean, Mumbai versus Karachi that might be New York versus Boston.
Well, yes,
You know,
that's
but-
already there.
That
That's already
potentially
there.
could be there. You're
I
right.
think that Dubai, Abu Dhabi is like the Astros versus the Rangers, Houston versus Texas, based Houston and Dallas, which is what I grew up doing. We called it the highway rivalry just down the road. I mean, you can literally go 15 minutes and switch fan bases, which is pretty cool. And that's what we want to create. And when you walk around Dubai Mall or Emirates Mall, you see people wearing Yankees hats and you see people wearing Dodgers hats, but they may not know the sport or the players. Now they're going to get to wear those hats and have that fashion statement, but have some passion for it.
Yeah, they'll know the New York Yankees are a sports side.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, see, growing up in India, right? We knew the NY on the hat
Right.
probably meant New York,
Right.
and that's where it ended. You know, my last visit to New York, and I picked up a Yankees hat. Now knowing what a Yankees hat meant,
Right.
You know, so when there's an identity associated with
Right.
what is happening really in your backyard is when you actually start learning. But taking from Kish's point about having adapting or adopting a sport that your parents have been following, the teams that your parents have been following. It's also equally important in a reverse cycle when the kids start playing a sport
Right.
or start taking interest in the sport. Do the parents come in to watch the sport? And thus, coaching and training these kids, that's going to be incredibly important. 15 years with ECB,
Right.
which also means that you're going to lay pathways for kids to come up, grow, and probably play for these franchises here in the UAE.
Yeah, the youth development piece and really reaching the community is core to what we want to do and we are going to do. And, we truly believe that if we can put a bat and ball in, a kid's hand, whether it's in Mumbai or here in Dubai, we really truly believe that that's the best way to really create lifelong baseball fans, right? And, it doesn't mean that every one of those kids is going to go play at a professional level, but they can learn life skills through the game of baseball that are going to help them become a productive member of society.
No, this is true
Right.
because, like my friend from Ahmedabad, okay, she and the husband moved to California. Have two kids. They both of them love cricket. Now, kids, obviously with no cricket facilities there, have started learning baseball.
Right.
One of the boys saw my Instagram page and said, "Hey, you know what? I want to meet Neil Uncle and learn cricket from him." But still goes out every weekend, plays baseball, and because
Right.
of which my friends now know a lot more about baseball. I was talking about you guys, talking about Baseball United with him a couple of days back, and he was excited about the fact that this is happening here in the UAE.
Right.
So it's the reverse factor too, because the kids are learning, the parents are knowing too.
Right. And when you have that combination of top down, bottom up, grassroots, parents, kids, and then like you mentioned, like having the local teams. And if you guys have seen the merchandise we launched yesterday, that Dubai D, we believe that is going to be iconic. I mean, we really believe it's going to be like the LA for the Dodgers and the NY for the Yankees. And I apologize we didn't bring you guys those hats yet, but we did bring you the only black Dubai jersey on the planet. So you guys, I mean, that is worth millions of dollars, by the way.
You're on a winner because I had a friend of mine here who a couple of years ago actually designed fake basketball singlets.
Really?
That were like Dubai and Palm Jumeirah
Right.
and he got it into Dubai airport to sell.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because people wanted you
wanted
go to LA, you buy a Lakers t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he found there was a market for people that wanted to come to Dubai.
Yeah.
And then take home a faux Dubai basketball.
Right.
So you've already filled a gap on the merch
Exactly.
market as well.
Exactly. And the cool thing about the merchandise piece is that people just want to represent their city.
Yes.
And they want to have pride and passion for the team and the players that represent them. And on September 19th, we're going to be having the first ever Baseball United draft, where each of those four teams will be selecting their players, including Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And that's when the really real is going to become even more real, because you'll be able to attach players with the teams. And that's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, the franchises are there, whether you're supporting the Dubai Wolves or the Abu Dhabi Falcons. BaseballUnited.com is where you go, and November 10, you're going to be hearing all about it as that match takes off. It is going to be phenomenal, a great event. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here in the studio, Kash and John. Great to hear your passion for the sport and your passion for the country, and we look forward to speaking to you a lot more, a lot sooner to the date. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
TSB, Talk Sport Business here on Talk 100.3. Join the conversation, 05868